Peace and blessings and welcome. This is Ashante Queen Fernandez for Gemini Holistics, and this is the New Year's reading for my lovely Geminis. All right, so as you guys can probably tell, I'm a solar Gemini, so I'll be in this reading as well, trying to pay attention to what these cards have to say. As well. So welcome my fellow Sun Geminis. I'm also a Gemini Venus, so welcome my fellow Gemini Venuses, my Venetian Geminis. But this is also for Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus Gemini. So welcome all my different varieties of Gemini. I see y'all. You know we here. All right. So this is your New Year's reading, and how I'm going to do it for you guys is I'm going to use 3 different decks to explore the different areas, highlight some of the different points that can come down the line for you as far as love, romance, and emotion in 2020, and career and finance in 2020, along with some healing messages that have come from the previous year, 2019, as well as what your healing journey will look like as we venture forth into 2020. I'm going to be using 3 decks, like I said. I'm going to be working with the Crystal Oracle, the Romance Angels, and the Archangel deck. All right. So you guys just are full disclosure about what we're using and what we're working with. And hope you guys enjoy. Again, this is a general reading. If you guys would like a more in-depth look at what's going on specifically for you and what your path and your journey may look like in 2020, don't be afraid to go on over to GeminiHolistics.com, click the services tab, and use the code ANGEL999 to get 15% off, 15% off of any of your future purchases as it goes to services for the month of January. So make sure you guys go on over there, check that out if you guys are interested, and just check out and browse the website, see what we have. If there's anything that you feel that may be helpful for you, make sure you go on over there and check it out. All right, so I'm going to start by choosing your stone, your healing stone, and this is the stone that spoke to me. It is an Amazonite stone. Amazonite is an emotional healing stone. It's a stone that helps to overcome certain traumas and certain issues, and it also helps to open up communication with yourself about healing some of those things, healing things like deeper inner child trauma, healing things like deep past emotional wounds and things of that nature and that sort. So that's that emotional healing and comfort stone. And that again is Amazonite, which is available for sale on GeminiHolistics.com if you're interested. All right, let's have our first messages and open up everything for you guys. Call upon Archangel Michael, Uriel, Raphael, and Gabriel to be in the 4 corners to cleanse and clear this space. I ask that you open up a divine line of clear and truthful communication. All negative energies and entities be banished to the 4 corners now. You're not welcome here. Ashe. All right, so let's open up. All right, please give me the healing message from 2019 for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. Okay. I knew it was going to be pink. I don't know why, but I had this feeling. Anyway, give us some insight into love, relationship, as well as emotion in 2020. Get it clear on that real quick though. Okay. Interesting. Give us some insights into career and finance in 2020 for Gemini. My Gemini. Ooh, 2 cards. Okay. get behind that. Okay, I see. Okay. And the final healing message about our healing journey and what that's going to look like in 2020. Okay. And there we go. All right. So it looks like we're on a journey together. Of course. The first card that we're going to look at, the first aspect that we're going to look at is the healing message from 2019. What 2019 was meant to teach us. And the card that we have here is Cacoxenite, which is new beginnings, and it's inverted. Okay, so there may have been some energies that were going on in 2019 that you felt like it was hard for you to really get that motivation, that rev up, that get up and go, to really go after some of the things that you wanted to do. It was maybe a resting moment or a resting period, a time where there was some recalibration of different energies. So even though it's not necessarily, something that we want to see, because we want new beginnings, we want adventures, we want change, because like Gemini is the energy like that loves change, we love new ideas, new energy, new things. There may have been some time for us to really kind of check in with ourselves and really reevaluate what's going on. What do we want? Really, what do we want out of life? What do we need for ourselves? And what's going on with that inner space? But I feel like, again, this is old ending. So always when this card pops up for me, it's the end of old cycles, letting themselves go so that new things can come in the future. So we were wrapping up some of these old cycles of things. Maybe you're no longer dealing with some of the friends, maybe some of the relationships, maybe some of the behavioral patterns or different things that you dealt with in 2019. Certain things were wrapping themselves up. Certain old cycles that maybe have been lasting for a while, they're beginning to wrap themselves up and really come to an end. So that is the energy that I see in that particular placement. So that's the healing message from 2019. So let's check out what's going on in 2020 for us. Hopefully you guys can see this. It says soulmates, and it says, yes, this is your soulmate, but it's also inverted. So this card can talk about, yes, this is a person who's a soulmate for you, but it looks like this might be a karmic soulmate. So we might have seen some energies, or might be dealing with some energies, maybe romantically, with some people who are mates for us, are soulmates for us, but they're probably in a karmic capacity. They're not in the space where they're able to maybe fully be all that it is that we need that person to be, or the relationship doesn't have that fullness that's going to be fulfilling or healing for you as the Gemini energy. So gems, just when this happens or when this comes up, I feel like it's an opportunity for us to go inside of ourselves and say, okay, this is an experience that we're having, but this experience doesn't define us in the long term. There's always new opportunities, new things coming around, and I feel like there's going to be a shift in that, or a shift and a change in that energy. Even though there are maybe some karmic soulmate stuff that we have to tie up in 2020, I also feel like there's a potential for us to go into new relationships, or for us to really be able to explore some new energies. Okay, so I feel like even though this card is speaking to maybe a specific person, or maybe someone or relationships or relationship that maybe didn't go the way that we wanted it to go previously, or maybe even there's still going to be some experience of that, okay, coming into 2020. Don't get yourself down. So honestly, it's like, look, okay, just refocus on you. Do what you gotta do. Hone in on your energy. Sorry about that. Hone in on your energy. Do what you gotta do for yourself, and allow yourself to go to the next level in who you are. Don't spend time wasting on people who don't really deserve your energy or deserve the wonderfulness that is you, okay? Just move on, let things go, and if the situation comes up and it's meant to be, then it will work itself out. And if it's not, then okay, bye-bye. That was an experience. Let's learn our lessons and move forward. Okay, so the next area that we're looking at, and this is something personally I'm excited about, is there's two cards in the career and finances. Okay, and the first card that comes up is compassion, and the second card that comes up is brilliant idea. So we have compassion. It says, Archangel Zadkiel, soften your heart with respect to this situation and all the people involved, including yourself. And it says brilliant idea. Archangel Uriel, yes, your idea is divinely guided. Please take action to bring this idea into fruition. There is a block on that, though. It's inverted. So I feel like it's like almost like you've been wanting to give birth to something, or wanting to create this idea, or wanting to manifest this particular passion or this idea or this thing that you've been looking forward to, or looking to create for yourself. There may have been some issues that kind of stopped you from that. Don't feel like you can't go after that, though, because you do have what it takes. It's not about not having what it takes. It's about reevaluating your situation. So be a little bit easier on yourself. Sometimes Geminis can kind of be overthinkers. We can kind of get in our own heads about things. And we tend to kind of like overanalyze and then get lost in our mind, and then boom, before you know it, we didn't do nothing that we set out to do, or we didn't accomplish half of the tasks that we wanted to accomplish. Don't worry about that. Have compassion with yourself. Know that you're working at the best pace that you can for you, and then really just do what it is that you feel is most important. If it's taking time out to heal yourself, it's taking time to evaluate your emotional levels and your emotional space, and do that. Make sure that you give yourself that time and that space to do that. But honestly, I feel like it's not that this situation isn't going to come into fruition. There's just I feel like there's a delay. There's a lag. There's something that needs to be taken into accountability in order to bring forth this energy. Okay, maybe we need to reevaluate the strategy that we're using, and use a strategy that's more in alignment with who we truly are. Maybe make sure that we're working with the proper energies, making sure that we're manifesting based off of our intentions. I would definitely encourage you, Gemini, as this new coming year is coming up, to get into doing your ritual work and healing with yourself, and making sure that you're writing down what your intentions are. If you do nothing else but pray, if you're a prayerful person, pray about things. If you're someone who likes to do rituals and do different types of energy work for yourself, go ahead and do that energy work for yourself. But whatever it is that you do to get in tune with what your vision is, make sure you go ahead and do that. But also align that with the proper cycle. So pay attention to what the new moons and the full moons are in this upcoming year, because that's the energy that's going to help to bring forth some of that change and that transformation, and help us to manifest some of this energy that's going on with some of the things that maybe we've had as ideas. Maybe they're good things that we want to manifest, but there's some blocks that kind of have come in and stopped some of that. So make sure that you're using work your magic, Geminis. Be positive in your thought process. Really be mindful about how you're speaking about things, and just sync up into the cycle, because sometimes things are ebbs and flows, and that's okay. Not every moment is the right moment, but we also have to get into the space where we're syncing ourselves up with the correct and proper cycles of nature, so that we can manifest the things that we need to manifest. I actually just recently put this app on my phone. There's a moon phase tracking app that you can get. I actually recently just put that on my phone just now, and I swear to you, before I even saw this reading, or obviously because I'm doing it live for you guys right now, or pre-recorded for you, but live to me at this point. And it was something that was like telling me, go ahead and make sure you're keeping track of when the cycles are. I always do that anyway, the moon cycles are, but make sure you do that, okay? So there's apps that can help you track that, or just pay attention to when it's a new moon, when it's a full moon, and what energy it's in, and then that can help bring you the template of what you need to focus on in different areas of your life. Okay, Gemini? So that is some of the messaging there. Let's look at what's going on as far as a healing message for you in 2020 overall. This is Blue Canaanite, and it says letting go. Oh, so this is something that maybe we've been struggling with. Maybe there's been some issues that you just been holding on to. You maybe don't want to allow to let go, or maybe you haven't fully paid all of the attention to. But it's time to let those things go, because whatever you're holding on to, it's been time for it to let go. You really need to release some of that. So there's going to be some releases that's coming up this year, and it might not feel all the way that great. That's okay. Just allow yourself to go with the flow. Allow yourself to go with the idea of releasing things that's no longer releasing burdens that's no longer serving you. Situations, relationships, energies, karmic soulmates, okay? Different things of that particular nature. Whatever it is, just allow it to take its place, take its course, and then do what you need to do with it. Just release. Because there's a lot of deep emotions that may come up over 2020 that are really going to be teaching you the lesson of letting go of the ideas that you've had about certain things, or the ideas that you've had about how things should be, and maybe challenging you in that way. So just allow your energy to flow. You know, we're mutable. Go with the flow. Let that Gemini mutability come into play, and just allow yourself to shift and heal as necessary. Okay, so that's the final messaging for 2020 for you, my loving Gemini. So this year, it looks like there's a lot of lessons that we have to learn. Looks like there's a lot of energy that's kind of coming up for us to deal with. But that doesn't mean that that's something that should be discouraging. It's a challenge. It's an opportunity for us to grow, heal, change. So, you know, if you need more insight into that, make sure you go on over to GeminiHolistics.com. Look at some of the services that we have. If you need more specific insight into how this reading can apply for you personally or specifically, or what's going on for you in your personal sphere, make sure you use, again, like I said, the code ANGEL999 for 15% off all of our services, including Reiki and coaching as well, if you need some coaching and some extra support through this upcoming 2020. Okay, so really, I think it's just going to be one of those transitional moments. It's going to be the transitional moment as it's coming up in this year. And that doesn't mean that there's not going to be a lot of beautiful things, but it's going to be a lot of opportunities for us to heal. Okay? So love you, Geminis, so much. And I'll be back soon with my Cancers through Virgo, which should be coming up by the end of the week. So look out for that if you have that in your sun, moon, rising, or Venus. Any of those any of those signs, and make sure you go on over and look at some of the other readings that we've already posted. I've done Capricorn through Taurus, so if any of those signs are in your particular chart and your sun, moon, or rising, or Venus, make sure you go on over and check those out for extra information and insight into what's coming up for you in 2020. It's been a pleasure to do this for you guys, as well as myself, and very insightful for me as a Gemini as well. So I love you guys so much. Okay, peace and blessings, and I wish you guys the best in 2020. Bye bye.